Hello everyone, this is CypherDeck, and today we're back in Everquest, Project 1999. I'm CypherDeck.
I'm AC Gamer.
And we are going to try not to die this time.
Try is the key word. This is a pretty tough zone, even at level 50. And we're here at level 39, 38, 40, somewhere in there. I think you're at 39 now, right? Or did you not level yet?
Not yet. Give me a second.
Now
it's a fail.
We do have an interesting group. We have a bard, we have a warrior, and we have a enchanter with us. So don't really have the DPS classes to allow us to kill mobs very quickly. However, enchanter kind of hates saying we don't have a DPS class with an enchanter because they can kick some serious butt with the right pet. Sometimes
right,
not so much.
Circle room. There we go. Yeah, I think this is a very odd group because without the heals, I am the only healer in the group, and I'm not a very good healer either. So
not a bad one though. Like to be honest, as long as we take a short break in between battles, I am more than fine. Usually getting through the battle with about 30% life, which is perfect. Most clerics and healers tend to want to leave me that way. I've noticed as I played my warrior, they want to get that berserker in there. In fact, they're almost more concerned about getting berserker strength out of me than I am about getting oh my god, I can't even say the word anymore.
Yes.
About getting it out of myself. Like, I don't really even consider that to be all that worthwhile in the grand scheme of things because I'm a tank. Like, I'm not DPS. And I'm meant to take those hits, and occasionally we'll get a bad pull, or you'll get a mob that, you know, blast a lot of stuff into the air and directly into my face. And so I like having the ability. 46 Warrior here was LFG if you want to invite him. Sounds might be a bit high. I don't know. It's up to you guys.
I mean, I grouped with a 46 last night, so it shouldn't be a problem.
I don't see a problem with that either.
I'm gonna make you the leader because I have too many other things I have to do here.
Let's see, 46 Warrior. The Hangyo?
I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. I only type whenever I have to.
Alright, let me see.
I swear, if he is if he's an ogre as well, we're doomed.
No, and he's a barbarian.
Okay.
So
we should be fine.
Double the tanking power, but yeah, as a warrior, I'm far more valuable. Yes, with an exclamation mark, right? Yeah, I'm far more valuable as a meat shield than as DPS. But I understand what they're going for. I understand that they want that. And it is quite a lot of DPS at lower levels. At higher levels, you know, it leaves something to be desired. Let's see. Alright, so he looks like he's pretty well outfitted. Actually, he looks a little bit like Santa Claus. Maybe Santa Claus's elf. Red breastplate, green pants. That's kind of the outfit we wanted to get Thum in during our last Christmas giveaway. Unfortunately, it didn't happen as well as we wanted it to. You know, being the holidays, it could be hard to get everybody together. And I think that one kind of fell through a little bit. So we did it after the holidays were over.
Yep.
So I got experience on that one. I'm good. I wonder what his hit point. You know, if nothing else, this will allow us to kind of bounce the aggro back and forth between each other.
And lower the...
Yeah, keeping the healing, you know, kind of even throughout everything.
I don't know. I don't think you're going to get aggro off him for very long. He has an infestation and a Frostbringer.
I just took the aggro from him right there, and I'm not even taunting.
Yeah, that's true.
So the infestation looks like a sword? I always thought it would be a dagger.
Well, it's a piercing sword.
Not quite the way you would fight with a weapon like that. I mean, it's...
Yeah.
More of a
Well, I
slashing
mean,
than
if
anything
you
else.
put it in your offhand,
Ooh,
it
train
looks
pop?
like a.
Where did these come from? Two of
Is
them?
it?
Oh,
I'm
got
gonna
two.
mez one. Alright, I'm gonna let her
Alright,
mez.
I'm gonna back up
I'm
then.
gonna go ahead and get back to Millie then. Is it? Oh, her pet is attacking it. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and make it a pet.
Yeah, make it a little easier. Oh,
We
she's
got
about to
three.
die. She's about to
Got
die.
three.
Get it off of her. Get it off of her.
Oh, she died.
Oh, man. Alright, so I will be rezzing her in a second. Yeah, I think the room repopped on us.
Yep.
Get your heal song out if you can, because he's getting pretty low.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just concentrate on haste and heals.
Heals more than anything else. Because we still got 2 more mobs, and he's at 20.
Yeah. Don't touch this one over here.
Come on, let me get it off of him. Alright, he's gonna run it.
Yeah, best to run it.
He's gonna die because he picked up another one along the way.
No.
Yep.
He
Died right there at
died.
the entrance. All right,
go.
All right, guys. So I will switch over to my cleric here. I am gonna go ahead and pause the video as I do that because I do not have the ability on the old version of OBS to block the passwords and all that kind of stuff. So if we're gonna go ahead and pause it real quick, I'll go ahead and start the video back up again when I get onto my cleric. But if you can let them know why I camp out that I'm switching over. Yeah, so a little bit of a rocky start. Hopefully, once we get people rezzed up, and now that we have an actual tank, I will buff everybody up. We should be good to go again when I finally come back. So. Give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah, let's...
Alright, guys, so we are back. I am loading into my cleric now, and we are going to be rezzing 2 people. We had a warrior who died, and we had our enchanter who died. I think it just came down to bad luck. We had the room repop on us. We don't really have a healer. If we had even just one healer, no matter what class it was, even a ranger or a paladin being our healer, I think we would have been perfectly fine with that pool that we had there, or that respawn, but... Unfortunately, all we have is Bard Song. And I say unfortunately, but it was doing fairly well for us. And I don't really think it would have been too big of a problem, other than just bad luck.
Yeah, I mean, I could have probably taken a mob off of her a whole lot faster, but I was trying to let her do her thing, and her pet was constantly I mean, we can talk about it now, but pretty much what should have happened is that she gone ahead and killed her pet so her mezzes would stick. But she was remezzing the same mob that had her pet on it. And, oh well. You gotta learn.
Oh my god, there's a train here. And our enchanter's gonna die again.
No way.
Almost. So somebody trained. It was a shaman, a black shaman. It sounds so racist, but yeah, it was a black bear who trained the zone, called Sugar Pop. two bats and a kobold. So we'll have to zone out, zone back in. I'll need to med up a little bit. I should have at least 1 res in me. And then we'll go in there and get the Enchanter's Corpse, because, the zone is starting to repop here. So hopefully, while I am rezzing the warrior, get them back up, you guys will be able to clear the entrance. Because I can go in there just fine without getting any damage on me, but I will get aggro. So
yeah,
you guys will have to just zone it out or something. But there's a ranger here. Look at that.
Yeah, it's an epic ranger.
Ravenwood. All right, let's come back in. Kismet, I lived.
Oh.
How low is she? She's probably, what, at 20%? 10%?
No, she's almost at full health.
Wow, okay. I did not expect that. Enchanter, that's butt naked. I figured it would probably take quite a few hits from 2 bats who absolutely 110% love to stun, especially when you're running away from them. And at our level...
If she was stunned, she would have been dead.
Yeah, that's what I figured was probably going to happen. Ah, Shy Girl. Let's go ahead and wave. Been a while since I've seen them. Let me go
Okay,
ahead
I'll go ahead and get you into the group.
You got mana song?
Of course I do. I'm gonna load up both of them.
Hopefully she does not loot her entire corpse. I've seen that happen so many times as a cleric. It's heartbreaking. Good call, that one, man. Alright, she didn't do it. Alright, let me check to see how much mana I have. So I'll be able to grab her in just a half a second. I need 600 mana to cast my res. Unlike a certain other cleric that we will rename Nameless, that does not require any mana anymore.
Hey, it's not because I'm not awesome or anything. I'm just saying. You could have that. You could have it too. Just have to get that stupid Charlotte piece.
It's right, because like at least right now I can use my pants to heal, unlike another cleric that I know who doesn't have any pants.
And you can mark a Karn without having to cast mana as well.
Such a beautiful spell to have on Breastplate. I've seen other clerics upgrade their breastplates at later levels to some of the other places out there that tend to have a little bit more AC on them, and they lose that Marker Con spell. I don't know what I would do without it, because there's so many mobs at higher levels that have a damage shield on them, and it's almost the de facto cleric do your thing, because nobody else is going to dispel that guy. Like, it just, clerics have to do it. And it's beautiful, too, because when you use that spell, not only do you only get rid of their damage shield, but you also put on kind of a reverse damage shield, so that when somebody hits that creature, they get healed for every hit they do. So a monk and assassins, rogues, their life actually just like regenerates over the course of an entire fight quite drastically because they attack so quickly. And I don't know. I don't know any other spell out there that makes that big of a difference for a melee class as that one seems to do with so little effort.
Yep. Yeah, the Mark Karn is... I want that breastplate on my cleric just because Mark Karn is a spell that I don't even get for a while. And it's mana that I really do not want to spend. I have other things that you have to deal with whenever you're a cleric that you don't want to waste that mana on something like that.
Well, that you have to buy the spell. It's I think it's a drop spell, and I never bought it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just kind of worked out that I had the breastplate.
Those pants, that's the 30, or that's the 54 one, isn't it? The 54 group heal.
Again, another spell that I didn't even bother getting because I already we're going to get the pants. And group spells, as clerics go, are some of the worst ones. It's just, they're abysmal. Nobody uses group heal spells because you, for one, create tons of aggro for very little gain, and two, it almost never works out that your entire group gets hurt. Like, it's super rare.
Yeah.
And when that's going on, if the whole group is getting hurt, I have priorities. I hate to put it that way, but I have priorities on healing the main tank and Enchanter. Everybody else kind of takes a back seat to those guys because I got to keep those two up. And people's lives are so dependent on who they are. If I use an area effect heal spell, like the Enchanter may get healed twice as much as he needs to be healed, and the tank will get healed like a little tiny % of his total life. So it just doesn't even out at higher levels. At lower levels, it may be a thing to use, but they don't give it to you until you get to a much, much higher level. So I kind of wish they would give those to you at like level 20 or 30, where you could actually kind of maybe play around with them a little bit more.
See, that's what you would look like if you got a full set of TOV armor.
Yeah, but he could look like me if he got a full set of really good TOV armor.
Oh, oh my goodness.
He could be running
That
around
is hilarious.
as a pink guy, man. You know, people love it. All right, let's give you guys symbols, because why not? So I offer to res Shy over here, who died in the zone. Unfortunately, she wanted the special clicky, who only this other cleric could give her, because my spell is just not good.
Even though it's a 96.
Oh, she said the cleric was already on the way. She didn't want to cancel it, but you know, I mean, clickies, man.
Yeah.
There's something about that clicky. It just feels good. It makes people happy. And if you got to use a spell, people just don't want it, guys. They just don't want it. Although these two people were happy with it, so let me go ahead and give you guys some AC buffs, so you guys don't die again. And then I will camp out and switch to my other guy.
All right. Let's get How's your mana?
I'm at 11%, but this guy doesn't matter. All right, switching back.
All right. How's Hongyo not have? Oops. Kasumi LD'd.
We'll see if they come back. Sometimes if you're having a bad group or a group that's not quite meshing as well as you might expect it to, you'll see people go link dead, and when they do, the chances of them coming back can be slim sometimes. But hopefully she sees with all the buffs that she has, things will be a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here. We'll come back again when I am on my warrior, guys. Alright guys, so we are back. I am going to zone in and get re-invited to the group. But me and Cypher were just kind of discussing clicking on people and expecting them. The way I remember it, with the computers that were out at the time, was that when you clicked on somebody, especially when it happened to me and somebody would inspect me, my game would freeze for half a second, sometimes a little bit longer. It would kind of hiccup because maybe the server had it where the information was stored on your computer or something along the lines. I don't know. I have no clue what it was, but it would hiccup my computer and my gameplay when somebody inspected me. That is no longer the case. Maybe it's just because internet speeds are so much better. Maybe the game got more refined as time went on and they got rid of that little bug. But I think that's where the inspecting kind of became an insult, or you'd ask me before you do it because I might be doing something and that little hiccup is going to cause me to be like, oh, did my computer freeze? But it didn't really. You think maybe there's more to it than that? Like maybe some people were just like, don't look at me. Don't like look underneath my clothes.
Yeah, I didn't like people inspecting me because of the equipment that I had.
Wait, you like the equipment that you had was good or bad?
Yeah, because back whenever I was in my raid guild, I had some things that other people didn't have. So I would I'd go ahead and have a note or something, or if somebody tried to inspect me, I'd stand up and move to get away from them and say, please don't inspect me. I was very cautious about that back then.
Yeah, I remember creating like bios on there, and some people would have their entire stats, so other people would know. But I haven't done that on this time around. I haven't created a bio. I haven't clicked on anybody to see what their bio said, and I think the game was a little slower back then, so people had more time, especially when you had to look at your unbelievable spell book for 35 levels. You did anything you possibly could to look at anything else other than your spellbook, which meant loading up your bio and changing that, and looking at your equipment and looking at anything other than that spellbook for 35 levels, which I kind of would love to see again, but only because I'm sick and like to be tortured as much as possible when I play this game. But it was very, very strange not to go through that around this time around, because my spell book is horrible on all my characters. In fact, there's a certain couple of characters that I can think of right now that do not even have all their spells, and that was just unheard of my first time. His shaman is one. My paladin, apparently he levels so quickly in some of our groups that I didn't even know he bypassed a spell level. So there's a couple spells out there that he needs to go grab. But until I start playing him more, I don't really see myself taking the effort to actually pick up those spells. Because I don't play my paladin that often.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're stuck sitting there looking at that spell book, and you're like, oh, I'm missing that spell, I'm missing that spell, when do I get this one? And no, like, it's just, you don't really have that experience. So maybe I would be okay with seeing that come back and being part of maybe Pantheon kind of thing. Making you appreciate the fact that you actually have eyeballs. And that your nose isn't in a spell, almost as if you had to go to school. Like, you were literally learning to be a wizard or a mage or a cleric. Your nose is to the grindstone kind of thing.
Well, you know, never played a caster that I remember, but his group mates in that monk video that came out was, shaman. I'm going to try to go ahead and get him as a pet real quick, just so it can kill his pet. There we go. Tricks of the trade.
Stops him from healing, too.
Yep.
But you're saying in that video, the guy's what?
He doesn't, he's not a pet, healer, but everyone else that is a caster, they end up, they have a meditation pose that they do.
Oh, yeah, they sit down or they kind of crouch and...
Well, they put their hands together, I think it was what they were doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because he's never played a caster, I don't know if that is something that that they do, is if can they even see the screen while they're meditating.
Oh, I bet they can. I can't imagine any other game out there ever taking away the screen. Like, everybody, like you said, they all want that flash, they all want the glitz, and very few games give you that substance. Pantheon is supposed to be one of... Oh, congrats, man.
Oh, 39, y'all.
Pantheon is supposed to be one of those, though. It's supposed to be one of those games that is going to be more of strategy, less of the glitz, although it's supposed to have quite a few glitz in it. It's going to look absolutely amazing, I think, in the end when they start going to that. And as I was creating my game, I kind of see a little bit of the parallels, and I remember I'm not doing the straight-up programming all by myself. I'm using an actual program that helps create the programming, but it's still fairly intricate and a lot of complications to it. But I can see how there's steps along the way. Like, you're just trying to get the game blocked out, you're trying to work on the things that matter the most, and then you can go back fairly easy at that and add in the upgraded graphics. And that's what they've talked about in their streams, is exactly what they want to do. Kind of cool to see the steps and kind of be paying attention as much as I am to that game, because I don't really do that with too many games. I don't really, check to see what they're doing and monitor all the different updates that they're coming out with. Pantheon, though, on the other hand, I'm very psyched about. I'm hoping that it lives up to the expectations, because me and you have been waiting for that one for like a year now, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's more mobs down here if you want to pull these.
Well, I thought I had already pulled this one. He did not come, though. Oh, there he comes. Okay.
The only other game that I can possibly think that I'm hoping for to be really fantastic as far as an MMO goes is something that I just saw a preview for not too long ago called Monster Hunter World. And any of you guys who ever played Monster Hunter on the Wii or any of the consoles that it's out on, the Wii is the only one I ever played it on, but it is a pretty fun game. I like the concept a lot more than the original first game that I ever played it on. The idea is that creatures you kill drop items. They drop teeth, from a tiger. They drop pelts. They drop, bones. You can take those items and almost in an infinite combination combine them through trade skills, through crafting, to create other items. And those items have special abilities. Like, the tooth may have like +5 to strength, and you go and get another tooth from, like a rhinoceros, and you connect that with +3 strength on that one, and a pelt from somewhere else, and you create, some weird type of armor that has damage as well as protection based in the cold because of the pelt that you used. That is almost like the holy grail of what people have wanted. You look at Borderlands, where they have the infinite number of drops on loot that is just randomized. You have on EverQuest the stat-based systems that make such a huge difference in the game, but the items are sometimes limiting, and your trade skills don't really come into play as much as you may want them to. To be able to combine the two together, I think is going to be fascinating. It's just an outrageous experience if it's done well. And I've seen over the years with that Monster Hunter, they've gotten better at it. Like they've made the system work so much more in depth than it ever was before. And now it's going to be a multiplayer game. Now, have you seen the previews for it yet, Cypher, or no?
No, but I have Monster Hunter on PSP. Whenever I had a roommate that had 2 PSPs, and that's something that we would play together.
What did you think of it? How'd you like it?
I like it. I like the idea that you're fighting things that drop what they are. So if they have a spike on their tail, then you have a chance to get that spike, which can be turned into a weapon.
And it's a lot like EverQuest in the sense that there's low-level mobs, there's mid-range mobs, and then there's like the epic big boss mobs, and they're not easy to get. You kind of have to know how to spawn them or where to go to get them. Some of them only come out at certain times of the day. Some of them are in certain regions of the world, so you have to go like underwater for some of these giant crocodile ones. Sometimes it's about killing all the mobs around till you agitate the area enough that the creature kind of comes out. Watch your life, by the way, Cypher, because you're really low. If you want to come back and heal up.
I'm gonna bring him up and then just heal outside of the fight.
Okay. Yeah, with 2 warriors, we should be able to keep the aggro off of you. But yeah, it's interesting to see the new one, because now the world is going to play a big part in it. I guess the preview, of course, being a preview, may not be completely 100% how the game's going to initially be at launch or even when they finally finish it. But the idea that they've shown is that when you are fighting the creature, if you knock them into a set of trees that have vines hanging off of it, the creature will get tangled up in the vines. You can knock them over into another big boss battle, and those 2 creatures will duke it out if they happen to be aggressive towards one another. And then you can pick the carcass clean after the fight, and you didn't really even have to do anything to win it. So, more open world than I've seen a lot of open world games try to even be. I just hope they succeed. Like, I'm kind of looking forward to it. Now, the release date on it just says 2017, whatever that's supposed to mean, or 2018. I think it said 2018. So sometime during that entire year is when that thing will come out. So no release date yet.
That's when everything's coming out. You can move up now. Just so we can get out of the path of people who are training.
I think you're pretty close up there, or pretty safe up there, but we'll come it up, so give me a second.
Yeah, just stay closer to this wall here, because there's still one mob up there.
Let me bind you up a little bit. So are there any games that you're kind of looking forward to? Something that might tickle your fancy as far as MMOs, or even just single-player games?
Well, Kingdom of... what was the name of the game?
Deliverance?
I've been playing it forever. Yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance comes out in the very first of 2018, like in January, and we should hopefully have Pantheon access. I would hope by then.
They said the first quarter of this year for Pantheon, so like that came and went, and we're still not access to it. So
yeah.
Maybe they meant next year. The first quarter of next year is when
my goodness.
Right.
I hope.
It was a typo. Like
I hope, because I just want to play the game. I don't even care if I can't record it. I mean, I could record it and just wait until it comes out. I don't care. I just want to play the game and touch it and taste it and see what it feels like, and I know that I'm gonna like it. I mean, it's Pantheon. Come on.
I don't know why, but that reminds me of that scene in 40-Year-Old Virgin where that woman owns the "We Sell Your Stuff on eBay" store. And that kid walks in there and he's like, I want to buy these boots. And she's like, well, I can't really sell them to you. He's like, I don't understand why it's so complicated. I just want to take them home and wear them. But yeah, kind of in the same boat with you. Like, I just kind of want to play it. and see if I'm gonna like it. You know, with all that built up, you know.
I, what? That is.
Is he not coming? There you go. Maybe you're just too uber. You're too good looking to damage. He just doesn't want to.
You know what? I know why. I have the slow and the snare in the wrong locations.
Well, either one should pull him though, shouldn't it? Like a slow or a snare.
No, the slow will actually hit while he's mezzed or lulled, and it won't affect him. The snare
Really?
does. Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of cool. That means you could debuff him quite a bit and then pull him when you're ready for him.
Yep.
Now, does it work that way for enchanters as well?
No.
No, so they can't debuff.
I don't think so. They may be able to mezz in, which is different. I don't think they can just lull a mob and it work. Let me switch these around though so that I'm doing it correctly.
I mean, I've been watching Super Bits do his thing, and like I have to say, every time I watch his videos with his enchanter, it gets me psyched up to maybe one day play my own. But he's kind of learning as he goes through, and so I'm kind of learning through his trial and error. And he had some kind of interesting experiences in Kazakh Thul. He was killing the crocodiles, and I can't say I ever really did that too often. As a group, that's not a fantastic place to kill. There's not a lot of spawns down there. You kill them a lot faster than they pop back.
No, that's the opposite. They spawn really quick.
But in a group, you kill them a lot faster than that. Like,
oh yeah.
You need a bigger area and a lot more mobs for a group. And there's no names down there, so like groups just like, why would I go down there?
Oh, there is a named. There's the Iron Golem, I think it is.
There's a named golem down there?
Yep.
Really? I might have to give that a shot. I don't think I ever went down there on my Shadow Night.
You know what? I did the exact same thing I did last time. I didn't switch them around. I gotta just remember what the names are.
Now, you were having trouble up there when it came to the big pool. It's completely up to you whether you want to give him another shot, but without the other enchanter here, I would say just leave that area alone and pull from
I'm going to try it again. I know what I did wrong. If it doesn't work this time, yeah.
All right.
I'll never do it again.
I mean, you're more than welcome to keep trying, but it's a tough spot. Even with my monk, I would have to feint it off most of the time, and mend is just a godsend when it comes to that character. Even with that in there, it still didn't work all the time.
That's the thing I gotta bring up. So we've had maybe 2 or 3 monks die in our permadeath guild due to mend. I told them, don't even use mend in fights. Just do it whenever you have full health, just till you get your skill up, because you do not want to die to a mend. And that happens so much because of critical fails.
Yeah, I died quite a few times on my monk leveling up. But once you get to 100, you never fail again, and that is pretty cool. That you can see your skill actually progressively get better to the point that you just absolutely love it.
Yep.
So he wants to see our booties. Let's go ahead and link them. They're not too bad, 25 AC is quite nice. The other stats, a little low. You got 1 strength, 3 stamina, and 2 agility. I would love to see more dexterity on these items. Like I said, I lost about 20 when I switched over from what I was wearing to what I'm using now. However, I gained like 100 and something AC, so I think it was a fair trade-off in the long run.
Oh, yeah.
But I could see probably... I don't know what I need to use to increase my dexterity back to where they were. Considering I already have a pretty decent cloak. The Cloak of Shadows has 13 dexterity on it. Like, that's pretty high. And I'm still using a Drake Scale belt, which is pretty abysmal, but it has 3 dex on it. So Maybe there's something better I can upgrade there. And the Bloodstained Mantle, yeah, it's probably upgradable as well. So there might be a few items that I can get.
Yeah. All right, here goes. Here goes the big one. The big pole. Big everything. Whatever you want.
The whole enchilada?
The whole enchilada.
Now you're just making me hungry.
Yep.
Alright, let's see how this works, guys. And I think I'm going to zone over here this time. If it goes bad, I'm not running all the way to the entrance. We'll just zone into Sol A.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. Wow, this guy took a lot to get him to...
Yeah, but no criticals, right? You didn't fail, so...
Yep.
Any lull you can walk away from? Right, isn't that what they say? I don't think quite. I've gotten about a bubble already in the last 30, 40 minutes, and that's with lots of rezzing. So pretty decent if we can keep the pools coming. We got 2 mobs, so you're going to go ahead and charm or mez one, and we're going to grab the next one off of
you? Yep, doing it now.
Alright, so I'm going to... go ahead and assist through him.
Or you can assist me, because I can't, go ahead and get this slow one.
So nice pool, by the way, man. Get those separated.
Thanks.
What'd you do this time that was a little different from last time? In case anybody's watching, kind of curious as to your strategy there.
Well, I made sure the back 2 were lulled first, because those are the hardest ones to get. And then once those are done, then you should be pretty good at getting at least 1, if not 2, so like we did.
What happened last time then? That you just weren't able to target the ones in the back, or you just
no.
got some resist?
So what I did is I did the 2 front, or I did the 1 front, I did the back, and then I did the then I tried to do the front again. But the 2 back, their lull was already over with. So, was there one in that tunnel? Okay, no, never mind. But this time, I got those 2 back ones, and I didn't even care about the front ones. I just went ahead and pulled them.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and try to pet pull this shaman. Just makes it a whole lot easier for me.
And watch your life a little bit, though, because you're at 60.
Yeah.
And I think after this pool, we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. Sol B, guys, is by far some of the best experience in the game at this level range. 40 is actually kind of low to come here, to be perfectly honest. Although you can do it if you got the right armor in the right group. And we got a respawn back down here. So if you haven't pulled yet... Go ahead and hold off. If you have, just be aware we're killing this one. He's dying pretty quickly. He's already at 71%. So
cool.
In fact, our other warrior might be... No, there he goes. So you didn't pull yet? Okay. That's...
No.
Works. And since he just repopped, the room itself might actually be repopping, so we might want to give it a minute and see.
Yep.
I think you pulled this, so you probably have an idea. He came up from up this ramp, so if you have a timer on, like what you pulled first. But guys,
I know that 2 people. Yeah, good to go.
All right, we're gonna definitely end here. Thank you again for watching, and till next time, guys.
Like and subscribe.
Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention, and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.